Hello, my name is Steve, and I love role-playing games. This is probably going to be a longer video, so I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to be reviewing a story on Wattpad. Now, a lot of you may be thinking, everything on Wattpad is absolute cancer. That is not right. There are quite a few stories on Wattpad that are fairly good. And today I'm going to be reviewing one that is very, very good. Now, it's kind of hard to review a short story without giving any spoilers, so my spoiler-free section is going to be, go read it right now, and then I'm going to discuss it with full spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers, pause this, go watch it, and then come back. If you don't care about spoilers, I guess keep watching, but you should still read it after this anyway, at least, because it's great. Now, before I tell you the title of this story, I want you to keep an open mind, okay? Because I know some of you are not into this sort of thing, and like I said before, I'm not a furry. But okay, the name of this story is Gay Furry Love. Now, I know that sounds weird, but this story is so much better than my expectations were when I first read it. Now, this is fairly short. It's 14 chapters, and it starts out with Jacob. POV. POV stands for point of view. He's going to school, and it's a new school. He's gay, and nobody knows it. Okay, that's basically it. And then he meets somebody who's also gay. That's one critique I have about a lot of these gay furry stories I've been reading. Never thought I'd say that before. But yeah, one problem is everybody in them is either gay or bi, which in my experiences, that's just not a thing. Like when you have a crush on somebody, another man, it's not exactly common for that person to also be gay or bi, you know, and every single one of them obviously is just for the story, but it's just kind of weird. I think there should be a story where they, their first crush in the book is, actually not gay, and then they just turn out being best friends. I think that'd be good. But yeah, it's very good. It's a very good story. The first few parts are average. It's good, it's average, it's very nice. But then after that, let's see what part it gets to. Yeah, what is this? It's called the Day of Wrath. I don't know what part this is. Okay, now, I'm about to get very, very spoilery, so this is your last warning. And this story was going great so far, but then this chapter comes, and it was in the story before, but once I read this chapter, I fell in love. This is one of the best stories I've ever read online. It doesn't exactly rival Baraska, but not many things do. But it's still very close. Okay. The announcement of the second day of school came on. Chris wasn't the only one that heard. Okay. And a terrorist attack starts happening. It's really weird. It's some Joker level, game death thing. It's great. Okay? Okay, this is the first paragraph. The announcement the second day of school came on. Chris wasn't the only one that heard the disturbing message. All of a sudden, a loud pop cracked through the whole school. Everyone was silent. The bell for an announcement rang. I'm pretty sure the word you're looking for is rang. But, I mean, this story is far better than anything I could ever write, so I'm not going to nitpick his grammar. A deep voice came on. He said, "All right, students, we're going to play a game. It's called Live or Die. If you want to die now and not play the game, you can try to leave. I wish you the best of luck. You have 30 seconds to take your chances." Yeah, it's very good. There's a paragraph of this weird terrorist game happening, and then they find out that the two are gay, and they make them go on stage. And okay, Chris POV. And then like made him get up on stage and made him get naked, which is kind of weird because like they're ostracizing them for being gay, but it's like, hey, you gay guys, get up here and get naked, like. Okay. I just thought that's a little funny. But this is, I stood there, and it overwhelmed me. Bang. I hit the ground with a loud thud. I don't remember the rest. It was, okay, I remember they were talking about what guns they had, and they had AKs. And there's so many problems I have with that, but let's not get into that. Let's not get into the gun nut side of me right now. Okay. I woke up in a white room. There was a bright light in front of me. I saw a guy with a white robe shining light into my eyes. I jumped up thinking I was dead. Where's Jacob? I yelled. I skipped a bunch of there. Like, you really need to go read this. Really. I yelled. My heart monitor started racing. Jacob, the one that saved your life, or the one that was brutally beaten and killed? There was a lot of furs injured or killed in the attack, the doctor asked. This is great. His name is Jack. Does he? Green eyes. I said friendly. Oh, he's the one that saved your life. He's down the hall. He's been shot 6 times. We don't know if he'll make it. He's in very critical shape. The hazards, 2 of them could be fatal. I know. I will make sure he knows how loved he is. Okay, now this is great. Now, at this point, when I was reading it the first time, I was thinking in my head, I hope Jacob dies. Now, that may sound really weird, but I have massive respect for any story that kills off a main character. I know that seems really weird, but I do. Like in the Song of Ice and Fire, which is one of my favorite series, they kill off main characters left and right, and it's great. And like, it was amazing. I just loved it. And so I was at this point, I was thinking, please don't have him have some like fairy bring him back to life. Because in real life, this Jacob would be dead. Let's be honest here. Okay, 2 days later, I was out the kids. Then he met another guy. Not like a love interest, but just like a friend. Okay, then there's a special POV, which is Nick POV. The Nick POV always confused me. This is my second time ever reading it. But, it's kind of confusing because of what happens later. I'm probably just slow. I mean, I am slow, but, yeah, it's really good. I like it. And I was really confused about the other guy in the Nick POV. Like, at first I thought he was a cop, but then he turned out to be another kid. I was really confused. Chris POV, I got home. Mom, I said in a caring voice. Yeah, we have news about Jacob. What is it? He goes to the doctor, and then, yeah, phone. Yes, sir. I'm going to be blunt with you. You love your boyfriend, right? Right, I replied. He told me to tell you to stay with your dreams, to live with them. He gave me this to give you. He handed me a letter. This isn't gonna end well. I opened it, and here's what it said. Dear Chris, I love you. You are my heart that floods the streets. I love you so much. I asked you one thing, you never give up. I just woke up from a coma. Okay, no, this is I'm reading this like it's a run-on sentence, but it's not. Like, there are periods here. I was told I won't make it. I want you to know that you'll always have a piece of me with you. I want to tell you something else, too. I left a gift for you in my cuh. The letter ended abruptly. That's it? I squealed. The title, OMG, guess what? The title. Time of birth to time of death. What? Okay, I don't... This is it. I scrolled hand in hands. The title. OMG, guess what? The title read. Time of birth. I have no clue what that is saying. Okay, follow me, let me do an elevator. Yeah, like, I had massive respect when they killed him off. In this story, I'm gonna give spoilers for another book, so beware. A book called The Outsiders. Awesome book. Amazing book. I could not say how amazing this book is. It's called The Outsiders. Go read it. Go read it right now. Buy it on Amazon. Buy it on Audible. I mean, I prefer reading books. I mean, instead of having them reminded me, but, like, buy it and read it a million times, because it is one of the best books you ever read. It is called The Outsiders. And this story was kind of giving me, Outsiders vibes. And that's because, okay, again, spoilers for The Outsiders, because of the characters that die in it. I can't remember all their names. I remember Ponyboy and Dally. I remember Dally was the one that committed suicide by cop, I think. Yeah, I remember Dally. Dally was my favorite character, and it was so crazy when, like, he robs the store, and then, you know what, I'm not gonna go too far with that, because that's an amazing story. And then the other kid who was, like, trying to rescue kids from a fire, it ends up dying. This story gives me vibes for that. Okay, Chris BOV, I was gonna tell you something last night, but I started to feel like a ball slid in my throat after I'm talking. That was not all what he was saying. He said, I was gonna, I'm sorry, I can't do the stuttering thing, tell you something last night. I started, but it felt like a ball slid down my throat. I had a hard time talking. Tell me what, hun? She was the most loving mother I knew. She helped me through anything. Mom, I'm gay. I'm sorry. There were tons of points in this story that I laughed at that I definitely should not have laughed at, but I just laughed at them anyway. And it's like, this is another part. Like, this is like the most depressing line ever, but I still laughed at it. Okay, it's, Mom, I'm gay, and Mom said, and she says, I already knew, honey, that's nothing to cry about. That's not all. What else? I had a boyfriend. I loved him so much, I started to cry again. If he broke up with you, you're just too good for him. No, Mom, he's dead. I'm sorry. I am a horrible person, I know, but that is hilarious. I think I inherited this from my mom, that, like, when there's, like, something really depressing, we just laugh at it. I don't know if that's, like, a normal thing, but, like, my mom does that too, so. Water. Yeah. But, yeah, like, I don't know why. There's so many points where I just laughed at this story when I really shouldn't have. And I'm, like laugh talking right now. I'm sorry about that. Probably sounds like I'm crying too, which is probably really weird, but my voice is really fluctuating because I'm trying not to laugh, so it kind of sounds like I'm crying. Maybe my hopes are through the roof, my thoughts race. Maybe they brought him back, maybe he's awake. No, the doctor is not Thoros of Mir, and your friend is not Beric Dondarrion. I'm sorry, that was a really weird reference not very many people are gonna get. Actually, probably a lot of people are gonna get it. That's like the most famous popular culture thing in the world. Hello, is this Chris? Yes, it is. Jacob's funeral will be held at North Palm Square. Okay, yeah. Today was rainy. Of course it was. It's a funeral. You can't have a non-rainy funeral. And then, like, this thing happened with Vert, and like Vert was just trying to talk to him, and like Vert has no clue what's going on, obviously. Let's see, I'll read this. I'm needed, I asked him. You could be a little more respectful to furs you don't know. Anyway, I'm Vert. This is another thing that made me think Vert was an adult, but apparently he's not. Like, this is one thing that confused me. But, he said, holding his paw out. I just looked at it. Never mind, he finally said. Just tell me what you want so I can finish off my miserable life, I said impatiently. Now, I've never been in a situation where I was actually in love with somebody and then that person died, because I've never been in love with anybody. And then I've never been in that situation, so I can imagine it's probably pretty bad. But still. And then Vert, I have one of your friends, so he's, wait, what? I said impatiently, I have one of you, oh, okay. I have one of your friends. So he says you're his friend. His name's Nick. Do you know him? I do. Now can I leave? I thought friends stuck together. Well, I have problems of my own right now. And this is when Vert said something I can completely relate to, and what I would probably say in this situation too, since I have no clue what's going on. He said, oh, I'm gonna go sulking around because I can't deal with the problems of life, he mocked. And that's actually pretty valid, like, if you can't deal with your love of your life dying, then what are you gonna do? And then, like, this guy, like, flips out on him. And then, like, a whole bunch of stuff happens. I'm skipping over a lot because I want you to read this. And it says heh all the time, like H-E-H, which makes me laugh every time I see it because of Walder Frey in the books. Like, in A Storm of Swords during the Red Wedding, Walder Frey's like, oh yeah, this, heh, that, like, just makes me laugh every time I see the word heh, heh, heh. Like, I don't even know, like, just, I don't know. I'm not going to read any of this chapter, because I want you to go read it. And then Jack, oh yeah, Jack is a thing, and then, like, and then Chris gets attacked. Because, of course, this story, it still has cliches in it. It still obviously has the homophobic person who's the violent homophobic person. Of course it does. All these stories gotta have one of those. And his name is Daniel, by the way. Micah, POV, yeah. I'm not good, okay. Last updated January 27th. I don't know if this is gonna be updated more. Well, it should, because it kind of ended on a cliffhanger. It is amazing. Like, it is really amazing. I want you to go read it right now. Like, I don't care if you're straight. I don't care if you're not a furry. I'm not a furry either. Go read it. It's great. It is one of the best stories you'll ever read. Unless you've read Baraska. I love Baraska. Anyway. It's one of the best internet stories you'll ever read unless you read Baraska. I mean, it's still one of the best, but it's not the best. Baraska will always be the best. But yeah. I've been Steve. How long is this? 18 minutes. Huh, that's actually shorter than I thought it would be. So, yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna put for the, like, on the background of this, since it's just a talking thing. I'm sorry about my voice. I've, like, sick. I have a headache. I'm sniffling, as you can hear. I'm probably coming down with a cold or something, which isn't very nice. So my voice doesn't sound as good. Not like my voice ever sounds good, but you know what I mean. But yeah, sniffling, my voice is all shot. I have a headache, but I'm still gonna record this video because I wanted to. I'll see. Well, I won't see. You know what I mean. I'll talk to you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.